We have a bit of a cloudy day going on here, and a very late start compared to the way it's been going on the last few mornings. Now, yeah, cloudy day. In fact, our sunrise camera is still looking at the carrots. Guess we'll be talking about that in the rollback a little bit. We'll be talking mostly about how we got to this place right here. I think that the best thing we should do right now is just roll back and make it all plain. Yeah, let's just roll back here and see how we got to this place here. And if you don't want to watch a bunch of meticulous painting, I'll put in the bottom of the screen the time that you can get to the end of the rollback. In the meantime, maybe you'll like it. You probably remember me saying this. Isn't there supposed to be 4 of these? Well, there is 4. I just missed these 2, I guess, when I was nipping parts off the fret. And I'll just quickly get these off camera. We've already videoed those being removed. But, you know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip on our macro lens here. Like, these pieces go on these ladders right here, somehow. And I think what I'm going to do is put the macro lens on here, and we'll just move in as close as we can here and see if we can get anything that we can't see with my strong reading glasses here. Okay, I've got it about as sharp as I can get it here. And it appears to me, now this is the top of the ladder that hooks onto the boom that sticks out the side of the, it sticks out the side of the ship. And this is the bottom that it's got that little V-shaped thing with a little hole in it. I had thought that was supposed to go on the top, but it isn't. And it appears that the ladder is kind of bent to go over the boom. And then it almost looks as though that thing that looks like a shepherd's staff hangs and goes right down the middle of it, and maybe is supposed to represent a rope or something hanging down. You know what? I'm going to try and see if I can find some pictures in the book. Okay, we've only got one good photograph here, and it's not even all that good. Now, pretend you're sitting on the left side of me, and you're kind of looking over my shoulder a little bit, and you are looking at this sort of from the side. I'm looking at it this way. But you can see the ladder here. It does appear to be a type of Jacob's ladder, in other words, a rope ladder. And I would think that this third piece that's coming down, probably in the middle, it does appear to be a rope. Or is it the rope that's closest to you? Let me get this so I can point a little bit better. Okay, the pinpoint is right on what I think is possibly the rope, because you can see it comes down and then it sort of curves out. Whereas here you can see the rungs of the ladder, and then it sort of makes a bit of a twist here. I think this whole apparatus is made out of ropes. And you know what? One of the viewers made a very interesting point. He said that, if we don't get these on, I mean, they weren't on when the ship was sunk. And here, I don't know if you can see it, but the aircraft is mounted on there. Well, from what I understand, they quit using the aircraft early on, and the catapult and everything was taken off. That's my understanding. But the boom affair, like the big long one that we'll be putting on, and then this one sticks out the back. You can just see it here. Okay, here's another one of those ladders there. Just even look on the monitor. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. Yeah, it's Okay, I'm just looking to the right now on the next page over. There is another photograph. I'll swing the camera around, but it's not a whole lot better. In fact, it's probably worse. Okay. Yeah, you can see that it's some kind of a Jacob's ladder, and that here at the top it kind of ties around this boom that comes out. Now you can't see it because it's off to your left, but the aircraft is on the in this photograph as well, very clearly actually. But it doesn't matter because we're not doing the aircraft. There is detail on the stern of the ship that we don't have. For instance, there's this tank affair. I wonder what that was all about. Might have been something there that was for repairs. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, it's not on the kit anyway. All right, we'll just wing it. Now, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's which way it is, as long as I may as well have them all the same, I guess. If the other one was up, you notice I put a little black mark there. Otherwise, when I'm looking at it like this, I don't know, is the hole here or is it here? Now I know it's somewhere there, isn't it? Oh yeah. Okay. Now these tweezers here, they're not quite the same, but I think it should work out all right. Maybe like this. Okay. Now the angle is going to be a little bit different, but it'll be all right. And the last one. We don't have enough tweezers for all the parts. Okay. All right. Now, where's my paint? This is the paint we used yesterday for spraying. I think it was yesterday. And I've got everything adjusted so that if I hold the part about this high above the dime, it should be perfectly in focus. At least that's the plan. Now this paint has been thinned out. Probably going to need 2 coats. Just sampling a little bit more here. Might not need 2 coats. Okay, I'm going to put it on that nail thing. And we got number 2. Sampling some more. And that'd be a little bit too much, but it'll shrink wrap. This seems to be going quite well. It's got the flow retarder in it, or whatever that's called. Yeah, it's going quite well. You know, maybe UK Jason is right. Maybe we could do the Rodney with not using the airbrush. Well, I think we need it for the hull. I mean, it's just too big an area. Although, how do other people do it, right? Number 3. Oh my, this one seems like it's loose. Feels like it's going to fall off in there. Oh, maybe not. I'll just tighten it up just a little bit here. Yeah, that paint retarder is makes it a lot easier to paint. It works really good. I gotta remember to use that stuff. And the last one. Okay, I think we more or less got it. We'll let that dry and we'll check it out in the morning. I know you can't see the clock, but it's 28 minutes after 8 already. And right beside our clock is the carrot pad cam. And I could clearly see what appeared to be Only 3 little pieces of carrots left. I knew unless I wanted to feel guilty, I had to put out fresh carrots tonight. So I'm going to call it a night. That kind of... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call it a night here. And probably will give these a second coat in the morning. Most likely do it off camera. Okay. See you in the morning. It was less than 10 minutes later, and I was out there putting out fresh carrots for our rabbits. And then a few minutes after that, I set the motion sensor. So we'll see what happens in the morning. Or maybe I should say, we'll see what happened in the morning. Or maybe I should be saying, we'll see what happened during the night. Yeah, that's better. It is morning. And, well, just barely morning. And I have gone over everything. Painted the ladders on the other side. I did give these a second coat. I did repair the little spot on the side of these longer ladders where even though it's going to be up against the side of the ship and nobody's going to see it. I am noticing though that some of these I did not lay down quite as good as I could have, and they're sticking to the wood, but not really very bad. Oh, by the way, I am loving this locking system. It is working so slick. So slick. Better than I had hoped, actually. Yeah, I should have done this a long time ago. I did sort of think about it, but yeah, well, that's the way it goes. I guess better late than never, right? Okay, let's get these into a safe place before we bend them all out of shape here. Some of this stuff is so terribly fragile. Remember yesterday, Jason had put us onto this low-tack adhesive frisket film. And yeah, I ordered it yesterday from Amazon, and Amazon said it's out for delivery today. Unfortunately, it probably won't be here in time for today's episode. But we'll look at it tomorrow and we'll test it out. Now, when I first got going this morning, I did check our carrot cam to see if anything happened during the night. And there was nothing all night long, and the thought went through my mind, has the coyotes got all our rabbits? Because I thought for sure something would come by, but nothing came by all night. And I was about ready to move the camera and turn it into the sunrise cam, which as it turns out there was no sunrise, but I didn't know that at that moment, and it was around 7 o'clock, and I looked and there was a rabbit there. Now, we've seen rabbits there before, so I got curious, where did it actually come from? Like what direction? And so I traced it back, and I saw that it came from behind the neighbor's little garden to the left. Yeah, it was just kind of interesting, just something different, right? And then later on I noticed that there was another one coming from the right. Yeah, it's kind of nice to see that there are at least 3 rabbits left. Now I fully realize that there may well be model builders out there that do not appreciate these rabbit segments. However, you gotta remember that I have grandchildren that might be listening for the rabbit music. Okay. I do believe we've got everything painted. I just checked a moment ago, and all the small parts I can't find any that need painting. I think we're at the place now where we could probably put our hood on the table and start gluing parts down. Yeah, my goodness, we're at that place. We're at the we're on the last page here. I'm pretty sure we got all the parts as near as I can tell. Now there is one more thing that I think we maybe should be doing here, and that is let me get one of these cages here. Now I think that it would probably be advisable to put. Oh, am I seeing photo etch that I missed there when I brushed that? Well, it's on the inside anyway. Now this thing here, I know it looks like I'm being overcautious, but I don't want to accidentally bend this. Now I think that these should be put on the inside and glued in place before we try to put this on the side of the ship. The reason being is I think that because there's this piece has to be very delicately put on the side of the ship. These pieces here that are sticking up, they look like little antennas on an insect or something. Well, they actually get bent back at sort of an L shape, and they hold the part away from the side of the ship at a bit of an angle. And the idea is that this thing here was supposed to drop out of the bottom. There was probably some sort of a release. Anyway, because that's going to be so delicate, I think the time to glue these in is now and not after the cage is fastened to the side of the ship. My goodness, did I ever say a lot of words to describe something really simple here? Okay, let's recompose here and try and figure out how we're going to fasten this in. I would think probably a little bit of CA glue. Okay, I put this on the rotator here because I know in that way I don't need to worry about it, getting out of the field of view. And I think we'll probably just use this frog tape here. Let's just move this one carefully out of the way. It's sticking a little bit, but I think if we use the frog tape here to hold this, let's see, it would be the best way. Okay, now we don't need to poke it down too hard. Now, how are we going to fasten this though? I would imagine that it probably went like this, the way you see it here. Only it'll be a little bit more square, of course. Now, can't really reach down through there. Well, maybe I could if I was very, very careful here. Let me put on my stronger glasses so I can see what I'm doing. And maybe I can reach through there. Okay, where those balls are touching the photo etch, that should make pretty good contact right there. If I could, yeah. Now how do I get the glue on there though without moving that thing? Okay, what do we got here? 2:19 in the afternoon. Excuse me, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Got a coffee visitor. Today is Wednesday. So I think probably anything we're going to be doing here, it's going to be in tomorrow's rollback, if I feel like working on this evening. And lately, that's the way it's been going. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.